Hey everyone, this is Nick from Mecha Warehouse, and today I'm back with weekly update number 59. Let's just jump right into it with Week in Review. It's the part where I talk about things that happened this week, things that are coming up, stuff like that. And I guess the best place to start this week is the Dspiae hack. If you've been following Dspiae on social media, they announced a couple days ago they were hacked, and we were part of what found that. One of our interactions with one of their salespeople or their customer representative, account exec, whatever you call it. What appears to have happened is that maybe their email was hacked and somebody attempted a man-in-the-middle attack, and they intercepted everything outgoing from Dspiae, at least going to us, and then decided to send it from another email address with a very sketchy email that misspelled the Dspiae name, which was part of what triggered us questioning it and caused us to find that this was a hack. Basically, they took the exact email they sent to us, but they added some wrapper around the language that they used that both was a little bit out of character. It looked a lot like those spam messages or the phishing attempts where they try to tell you to hurry up, but do it in a polite yet not really natural sounding English. And they basically try to tell us that there was a Dspiae tax thing going on in China and that they'd have to change the account that we would be sending our payment to. And anytime we see that the payment account has to change, it of course causes a little bit of questioning on our end to make sure that it's legit and it's the right one and things like that, especially when you're talking about sending large sums of money overseas. So ultimately, that and another little thing we were trying to figure out caused me to contact them via another method, and as a result we found out that it wasn't actually really them, and thankfully saved ourselves from the embarrassment and the pain of sending a large sum via wire transfer and not being able to get it back. And hopefully no one else got caught by it, and that this kind of saved everybody, because it's obviously not a good thing at all. Bullet dodged. Hopefully we saved everybody else. And if you're dealing with any sort of entity overseas or anywhere for that matter where you're sending wire transfers, you can't get them back, make sure you know who you're sending it to. If they change accounts, verify it through another method, things like that. Just general good safety practices with your money, and good stuff to be aware of. Moving on, ordering. We just placed our Delpi order finally. People have been asking for a while. We're hopefully going to get into a new rhythm with that. Kate has taken over a lot of that ordering, so she went through everything to figure out quantities and put more effort into that than I think I have for the entire time I've ordered Delpi since I started. And I'm pretty sure this is our largest Delpi order ever. If it isn't, it's awfully close. So it hasn't shipped yet. It'll probably be here in the next 1 to 2 weeks, but it's exciting to not have had to do that work myself. We've got some other improvements in that area, but getting a better feel for what's coming in. We placed our second gun primer order that Kate placed, so the ordering process is starting to kind of come together for ordering those supplies, tools, paints, and things that we can usually get on a regular ongoing basis. I'm excited because it means that stuff will start coming in and be stocked more consistently than it has been. And anytime that someone else takes on the thing that I was doing, I'm excited because that means I can do other things. Next up, we can talk charity stream. I finally kind of figured out what I'm doing for the charity stream, at least in terms of when. And I'm going to do it on December 26th, the day after Christmas. We're going to shorten the stream. Instead of the 24-hour stream, we'll plan for 12 hours. I assume it might run over an hour or two. Probably start at like 9 or 10 a.m. and run until 9 or 10 or whenever the project is done. I still need to do some thinking about what that project is to have a realistic expectation of finishing it in 12 hours. Probably building a large perfect grade might be out of the question, but I need to think about that a bit. And we most likely will be raising money again for Shriners Hospitals for Children. It was a great cause last year. We raised 8,000 something, I think, last year for Shriners Hospitals for Children. And hopefully we'll probably use that same goal and see if we can hit 10K this year. So if you happen to be free the day after Christmas and can come hang out and watch even for a little bit, that'd be great. And if you've got some spare cash that you want to donate to a great cause, that would be a great, I think, tax deductible charity event for you. Let's see. Two other things to talk about this morning. Podcast. We're going to start ripping these videos, the weekly updates, and some of our other videos for a podcast. I think we're mostly set up with that. I'm not sure. Hopefully this one will be the first one that goes on there. We'll have a link somewhere down below with where that podcast is if you prefer the podcast format. A lot of people I know probably just listen to these anyway. And so if you want to make it easier to, listen in your car during your morning commute or something, then this might be good for you if you prefer consuming content that way. And then finally, I grabbed a pair of Chromebooks on Black Friday, the Lenovo 10E. They're basically like a tablet Chromebook. I've got some cases coming that make it almost like the Microsoft Surface, where it's got a keyboard, but you can separate it and do like the tablet screen thing, which is going to make things like doing inventory, like anything else where we need to gather data or check things around the warehouse, so much easier. Orion used one yesterday for the first time, running some of our first inventory checks in a while, and we're going to be able to start doing that more regularly and easily with that portable platform, and it was a great deal. I think the deal's gone now, but they're like $99. It was incredible, and they seem to be working out pretty well so far. So moving on, let's talk about restocks, because there are no new pre-orders this week. So restocks, we've got four kits from Bandai, a few other things, and depending on if they arrive early enough today and we can get them checked in, we might have some Kotobukiya stuff up as well. So I'm not going to talk about that stuff because I don't have it in hand to show you. But if you're into Kotobukiya, frame arms girls and frame arms and hexagear and all that kind of stuff, I would definitely take a look at the restock links in the description, because we got some of that stuff coming. So as for kits, let's start off. We got 3 more Battlelog kits in this week. Gundam Barbatorus. This one, I think, is the most popular of the Battlelog kits so far. I think they reduced our quantity on these a little bit when we ordered them. We sold all of our pre-orders ahead of time, so we've got relatively limited stock of these. So if you haven't been able to grab one yet, definitely don't wait too long to get one of those, because those will likely be one of the first Battlelogs to sell out for us. We also got the Live Lance Heaven. This is an interesting design. It's like a play on words with the Death Scythe, and it's kind of like a Death Scythe kind of look-alike. It's got definite Death Scythe features, but in white and with some other nuances. And then the Helios, which I don't even know much about. What's the Helios based on? It looks almost... Well, it's got the double satellite cannon. I guess there's some X features in there too. It's an interesting design. But so we got those in as well. And then the one other kit we got this week, Real Grade Gundam Astray Red Frame. We haven't had these in a little while, so I don't know if those will last super long or not. We also got some more Gundam decals. We got number 96, the RX-78 Gundam version 3.0. So if you've got a 3.0 and you need water slides for it, that's a good option for those. And we also got a few of the acrylic displays, I guess, logo displays. There's, I think this is the Char's Counterattack and the large and small King of Heart from G Gundam. So a big one and a small one if you're into that. So that's what we got for restocks this week. Definitely check out if we got Kotobukiya 50/50 on whether those will be up. And let's do Q&A. And I totally forgot to get my laptop. So let's see if I can find Q&A questions. So first question I have is from Feral404. What single item has the most sales in Mecha Warehouse company history to date? And is it Sazabi Ver Ka? I don't think the Sazabi Ver Ka is the most sales in history. We had 200. We sold all of them, finishing up selling them during Black Friday. We've had them before, so we've definitely sold a good number of those. I want to say something like, maybe it is the Sazabi Ver Ka. Let me look real quick. I don't know if I have a good way to figure out exactly what has sold the most ever. I don't think that's our biggest seller ever though. But I honestly couldn't say off the top of my head what it is. It's definitely one of the top few. I don't have a report that just shows me bestsellers of all time. I have a bestsellers for whatever the recent window was, which was definitely the Sazabi Ver Ka recently. And that's probably in the top 3 ever. So sorry, I don't have more detailed information on that, but there's actually no way that I know of, which is probably a cop-out answer because there probably is a way. I just don't know what it is in order to find that information. And the only other question I have is from Artie DiEnd. First, are you going to draw for the 8 to 16 place prizes soon? And we already drew those. And this is particularly funny because at the time that he asked the question, I was waiting on his response to send him his, to get his address to send out his prize for that. So that's all I got for questions this week. Probably a relatively short video. If you've got questions of your own that you would like to ask, whether it be about me, Mecha Warehouse, Gunpla, any of that kind of stuff, post it down in the comments below, and I'd love to answer them next week. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.